So what's in the news? Fires, ice storms, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. What do they have all in common? Electric power outages. So can the grid handle all the new power needs for electric trucks and everything else that's going electric? The run-on-less trucks have had no issues with power outages to date, but having a backup plan is part of risk management.
The top 3 things that a fleet should do when they want to dip their toe in the electric truck pool. Number 1 is contact your utility. Number 2 is contact your utility. And number 3 is contact your utility. For us, developing that relationship with our customers early, getting them to give us some information early on so that we can help make sure our infrastructure is ready as their fleet grows is a key piece.
All of the run-on-less electric participants have been able to work with their utilities to get that infrastructure set up. That said, many will tell you it was perhaps more challenging than they initially envisioned.
The infrastructure itself with permitting was very challenging. It took a long time. Again, we started our venture in 2018 and looking at the trucks, we knew that we had to get in the technology to charge these things. Getting the permits was a challenge.
So again, our advice to fleets considering electrification would be to start working with your utility as early and as often as possible to ensure that you're all working on the same timeline with the same end goal.
Frito was one of the early adopters of solar. They put on close to 1 megawatt of solar several years ago. We worked with them to integrate that into the grid, so there were times when they're not using all of that energy, they can sell it back to us. I think communication is key. Our project team's been working with Frito from the very beginning, even from the project design phase. When it comes to serving them this 3 to 5 megawatts of reliable power, yeah, it impacts our system from the transmission, distribution, all the way back to the generation. So we have to be ready to serve that power, to provide a backup when the sun isn't shining, when the load is actually larger than what the panels can produce.
The technology itself is awesome. And it provides a great benefit to the site itself, shaving the peak with respect to our electric consumption, but also make sure we give back to our employees. So it's great to embrace the sustainability agenda, but if there's a way we can do something great for employees, and we've done that in Modesto with the charging stations, so they can embrace the technology as well.
And one thing that I think is really important to keep in mind is that these trucks are actually part of the solution in and of themselves to this resiliency issue. You know, a big reason we're seeing more and more regulations, incentives, has to do with climate change. And these trucks are the solution to the heavy-duty transportation industry addressing their emissions, particularly greenhouse gases in this case. When it comes to resilience, it's really about ensuring that these trucks are charging at the right times, that they're acting as an asset to the electric grid as opposed to a strain during already peak critical times.
The trucking industry and the utility industry, they need to work together to ensure the success of electrification into the future.